So at the end of today, we're going to see what happens. This whole market could reverse and implode today. That means there won't be risk monitor green. It means I may be selling positions in my index only portfolio that I preempted. I might take them out. I preempted this week because I'm looking for that turn. If I don't get it and the weekly close is terrible, I might go back to cash there so that my index only portfolio equals the risk monitor, which is red. Okay. But let's assume we're going to have a nice strong close to the week. So what we're going to be doing today is working on the whiteboard, getting ourselves ready, finishing up whatever research we have to do. So when we get risk monitor green, we're not scrambling trying to figure out what stocks to buy. We're going to know what stocks to buy. I'm going to share with you what I'm buying. You can figure out what you want. Let's talk real quick about opportunities. And I was talking to Erez about this and Silver Fox about this. So I'm just going to share with you guys what I'm thinking. Okay. Cisco, it looks great. Huge inside out reversal day on earnings, right? Microsoft, I was talking to Silver Fox this morning. Stock looks great, you know, and I might buy Microsoft back. I might. Okay. Amazon, still in that pattern. NVIDIA, I mean, looks strong. God, I'd like to own that stock, right? Google. Okay. There are some unbelievable patterns in here. In my swing portfolio, I am not going to buy any of those big cap names because I don't really believe that those big cap names, if I cherry pick, are going to give me the kind of alpha I want when I'm buying an individual stock. I think they're going to follow the market. They're going to lead the market. But I can buy QLD, which is the ETF that's twice the performance of QQQ. And I'll get growth stock type of returns without any individual stock risk, without ever having to guess which one of these names will outperform. That's how I want to play it. So if you see me buying QLD and I'm going to buy a bigger position size than normal, like I'm not going to just put, let's say 5% on, that's an average position size. I'll put 10. 10% of QLD is literally like 4 different big cap stocks all rolled up into one, assuming each position is a 5% position. Right? Because 10% of QLD is 20% of the triple Q performance. 20% of Q performance is like 4 or 5% positions. So I'm going to go that route in my swing portfolio. I might not do that in the invest. I might add Microsoft, for instance. I might add IBM, for instance, in my invest portfolio. Okay. But I envision the swing portfolio hitting QLD, having it run, and then booking profits, swing trading that position. Okay. So if I'm going to go dive into individual names in my swing portfolio and invest, I really want something that can create real alpha, that can really outperform the market. Okay. And so here's what's on the list right now. Biohaven. Oh God, that chart is sick and the fundamentals are compelling. Okay. We already own FireEye. Erez is on Palo Alto into the earnings announcement. So, you know, give him credit for having the courage there in front of the number. You're going to get paid something like 6%. It's going to pop up on the day, but that chart's phenomenal, right? CrowdStrike. We added this position to the swing portfolio yesterday. I'd like to double it in the swing portfolio and put a position on ARMR Invest if it continues to work here. Okay. NET, I'm just really intrigued with this story. I've listened to the conference call a couple times. There's something big going on in this company, I think, and the risk reward setup is great. Okay. Nokia, this is a turnaround story. It's a $5 stock. This is a pure 5G equipment play. It looks compelling to me. It really is compelling. Okay. These are just names on the whiteboard. That chart pattern looks tasty to me on Moderna. I don't know. It's a third stage base. So I'm trying to focus on, really the ARMR value entry points. And this is not a value. This is like a hybrid entry point. So I'm not sure it's going to make it into the portfolio. I'm in love with this fundamental story. Realology. I'm really in love with that fundamental story. I don't know how I'm going to get that trade, but it's on the whiteboard. I'm thinking about it. I may be a buyer of IBB. That's a perfect value entry point. And of course, in that case, I'd do BIB, which is twice the performance. That way, I cover all the bases on biotech. I get twice the performance. So I'm getting biotech, growth stock returns, and I don't have to worry about one biotech that blows up. Okay. Now, guess what? I still have my eye on the steel stocks. We didn't chase them. Everybody pat themselves on the back. We didn't chase them. In fact, we made money on this trade. We got out. It's come all the way down to the 50, right back to the top of the base. Same thing with United States. You cannot chase these stocks, but can you buy them on the 50? You can, because the stop is tight. If it goes below the 50, this trade's over. But I'd like to get that name, and I'm really looking at tech. This was a nice breakout, and it's come all the way back into the base. This is a copper play. Okay, and then here's another name. Oh, geez. Let's talk cryptocurrencies for a minute. Some of you think I don't understand crypto because I won't buy them. I didn't buy them on the initial explosion higher. I'll be in crypto at some point. I do understand crypto. I did a lot of research on crypto actually 3 years ago, a lot of research. So I do understand crypto, but thank you for your concern that I'm ignorant in the space. I would like to ask some of you, do you understand the madness of crowds? That would be my top spin volley back into your side of the court. I understand crypto, and I hope you understand the madness of crowds. Okay? I will be in crypto. There is a place for crypto in a portfolio. I think that buying the dip in the stock market is different than buying the dip in crypto. Buying the dip in the stock market works because we have a Fed, an central bank, that has a put in the market. Every time the market craters, the Fed goes out there and starts buying the market like crazy, right? We bought the dip last March. Market was down 40%. People were, afraid the end is here, blah, blah, blah. ARMR reports buying the market like crazy at the end of March because the Fed comes out and says they're buying every bond in sight. I mean, that wasn't rocket science, right? So buying the dip when an entity has unlimited reserves makes a lot of sense. Buying the dip in crypto when a couple of billionaires can control the asset is a little more suspect to me. Now, it may be working for some of you, and I hope it continues to work. The ARMR report is just about risk management. So I have this conversation with you just to make sure you're thinking about managing your risk and not getting too far over your skis. I view that as my job. Please don't be frustrated with me when you hear me say these things. I'm just trying to stimulate your risk management thoughts. That's all. Here's what I'd like to do eventually to participate in crypto. I really don't have an interest in buying a cryptocurrency where Elon Musk can make a comment and the asset can drop 50% in a 7-day window or a 5-day window. I mean, literally from 60,000 to 31,000 because Elon Musk decides to say something that was ridiculous. That's not an investment to me. Okay? I'm not comfortable. That kind of risk, I'm just not comfortable with. But what I do understand about crypto is that it is a real asset. It's a real way of people transacting. And so I want to invest in the companies that get paid every time there's a transaction, having nothing to do with which currency is being transacted. That to me is the future of a crypto investment. That's a real investment. Cryptocurrencies are here to stay. More and more cryptocurrencies are being developed of all different kinds. So the guy that makes the most amount of money in that environment is the guy that touches every transaction and gets paid for it. That's what interests me. So on my whiteboard are these 3 crypto names. You can't forget PayPal. And I guess you could put Square on there, but PayPal's chart looks a lot better. So I don't know what's going on with Square, but I like PayPal better. Okay? You have to have Silvergate on the chart. At some point, I want to own Silvergate. Okay? And I'm watching coin closely. There's no bottom here. There's no setup here. Okay? I don't know what this is doing, so I have to wait. But at some point, Coinbase is going to set up a bottom that looks just beautiful, and I will buy that stock. Hey, look at that. NVIDIA just announced a 4-for-1 stock split. Wow. Anyway, so those are my thoughts on crypto. And I continue, if anybody finds any stock out there that touches every transaction of the cryptocurrency market, please let me know. These are the 3 that I like. If there's something I'm missing, I'd like to do research on it, because I think that's going to be long-term the best investment to make money off of cryptocurrency from a reward to risk standpoint. Okay? Any thoughts before I go? Those are my thoughts for this morning.